Welcome, everyone, to the Howl. I'm Sam Frye, and in this episode, I sat down with Owen Fischer, Julia Charley-Gad, Maddie Wade, and Christian Odell to discuss their upcoming show Grease, opening November 21st to 23rd. In this episode, we focused on how they grew into and developed their character. Thanks for joining, and we hope you enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Howl. My name is Sam Frye, and the producer of today's show is Emily Durkin. We are very excited to have Owen Fischer, Julia Charley-Gad, Maddie Wade, and Christian Odell here in the Dispatch Podcast studio, powered by Jets Pizza. Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, let's get into the questions. Why did you guys choose to be in this show? We can start with Owen.
I chose to be in Grease because I really wanted a role. I wanted a part with a name and a song, probably most of all. I enjoyed being in an ensemble last year, but it didn't really give me what I was looking for in theater. I was looking for a song and, like, a moment. So I think Grease gives a lot of those opportunities to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Like more of an ensemble show?
Yeah, it's a very big ensemble show. So that's mostly why I did it.
Yeah. Julia?
Well, I'm a senior, and I've been doing Hersey shows, but specifically Hersey musicals, all 4 years. And so this is just kind of what I do. And I love the community, and I love the people, and it's just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same for me. I've just grown up doing theater, and so, like, doing it was no big brainer, of course.
Yeah, just like routine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I did my first show last year, and it was, like, completely groundbreaking. I had so much fun. It was my first experience with Hersey Theater, and, like, from basically the moment practice started, I knew, like, okay, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my high school career, and this is where it's led me, and I'm having a blast still.
Yeah,
So,
and you've never done any theater prior to that?
no, prior to last year.
Yeah, no, I was the same freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
It's groundbreaking. All right, what do you guys find interesting about your characters?
I can go first. I played Duty. I think Duty's very interesting because he's a part of this group of, like, cool guys, but I don't think he's super cool.
He's a total dork.
Yeah, he's kind of stupid sometimes, but I think it's cool how he can still turn on that coolness and, I don't know, be with the rest of the guys and be a cool guy, but also be a dork. So,
Yeah, like two sides to
Yeah.
him, right?
yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
That's cool. Marty can come off as very surface level, I think. She has a lot of interesting guys and different guys throughout the show. But I think that, like, rooted, like, deeper, like, in her, she's, like, she has deepness to her. Like, she's not just some surface level, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she has, like, dreams and goals, and she feels outgrown of the situation she's in, because a lot of the people that she's around, you know, like, the guys are, like, goof off a lot, and the girls, you know, we all, like, tease each other and everything. And she's just kind of over it. Like, she's ready for the next thing. She's ready to move on. And she can come off as childish in feeling that way, but she has a maturity to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think what's really interesting about Rizzo is that, like, on the exterior, like, she's really, really confident. She's mean. She's abrasive. But, like, as the show goes on, like, you see that she really does have all these meaningful connections, like, with the other Pink ladies. And then, like, with Kaneki, right? And so, like, you really get to see, like, that she has that inner deepness. And she does, like, feel these feelings that, like, you wouldn't have guessed that she's had. And so, like, playing that and, like, exploring that and that relationship and that character is so interesting.
Maddie, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. That's pretty much what I was going to say. Kaneki, he's kind of also similar to what Julie was saying. He seems very surface level when I first read through the script, and I feel like even for the first half of the show, that's exactly what he seems like. But then as his character develops, especially later into the show with the relationship with Rizzo, he just turns into this, like, I can't even think of the words. It's like the duality that is shown as his character grows is so fun to try and perform on stage. And, well, yeah, I mean, I can't wait to put it on stage, see the final product.
Yeah, no, I'm noticing, like, a trend. Like, there's kind of, like, two sides to, like, a character in this show. It's, like, you kind of have to be, like, cool, but there's also a little bit of, like, innocence to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how does the production taking place in the 50s change how you guys play your characters?
Dramaturgy.
Yeah, dramaturgy.
Yeah, dramaturgy. We did, like, a whole workshop where we got really into the character of someone in the 50s, and I don't think up until you do that, you don't realize how different they are and how they move way differently than any of us now move. So it's really it's a hassle, but I think it makes it a lot more realistic and really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and like going off of that, like it's not just like the differences from like the 50s to like now, but like the differences between girls and guys at the time is drastically different. Like we were taught like the guys, like they take up room, they take up space, they look cool, but then the girls are like tucked and pretty and neat, and like the difference that you can see between girls and guys in the show is very apparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like that's interesting too, because like there's like the whole physical aspect, but I also just feel like the culture is so different. Like the guys, they're like jokey and they can be kind of rude, and like and the girls are the same way. But it's so interesting just because like the way they interact and like the relationships they have are like so different than what you would see in like now relationships.
You know, they're kind of like all dirtbags.
They are.
Yeah.
They can be so mean to each other.
But like, that's, I mean, I guess I was around in the 50s, but like that just seems like it was what was expected of the period, yeah. And learning about that is super fascinating, I find personally.
And it's so cool too, because all the characters are so witty. Like you get made fun of, but then you have a comeback, and so like that's so fun to see.
And also, like, all the friends are always fighting.
Yeah.
Like, they're always
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
They're never just, like,
Never
talking to each
boring
other.
moment.
No, they're like always being mean to each other.
Right?
But like it's all like lighthearted.
It
Well,
is, yeah.
except when it's to Sandy. But
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Well, she doesn't really count as a friend, does she?
No,
Oh,
not
Yeah.
not to me. And final question, are you trying to incorporate yourself and, like, your own personality into your character, or are you trying to, like, completely step away from that and do your own thing?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to step away from that. I think Duty can be compared to me a lot. I think I'm kind of like him in ways. But I really want to step out of my zone of, like, I don't know, nerdy, kind of like that vibe. I think a greaser is a really cool way to step out of that and act like that is, I don't know, yeah, it's cool.
I think I always try and incorporate a little bit of myself in the characters that I play, because I feel like it makes them more real to me, and more real on the stage. And I think that, especially with playing Marty, she is more confident, like outwardly confident, I feel like, than I portray myself sometimes. And that is definitely a fun thing to kind of explore, because I definitely do have, like, you know, confidence in myself. And it's always fun to, like, just take it to the next level, like, in a way that I don't normally do.
Yeah. For me, same thing as Julia. Like, I always try to, like, put myself in these characters, right? Because it makes it more real, right? And I can, like, associate more with these characters. But I feel like especially for, like, Rizzo, it's the same thing. Like, very different from my personality. And so, like, stepping away from that and being like, oh, I'm not Maddie, I'm Rizzo right now, is really helpful when I have to do, like, these things that, like, I'm not typically comfortable with in like, my daily life. So, like, exploring that is difficult, right? But I think there's a payoff.
Actually, I feel kind of the opposite of you guys. I feel like Kaniki speaks to me as, like, in my personality so strongly. I don't know whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, the good parts of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I relate so strongly to Kaniki, and I feel like I've been in so many situations. I felt these emotions that he is feeling on stage, and so it's kind of impossible not to incorporate some of my own personal emotions into his. And in my opinion, at least I hope it looks like that to the audience. I feel like that, like Julie was saying, makes him feel more realistic. Because really, at the end of the day, I feel like Kaniki is me with an accent.
It's, like, natural.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for today's show. Thank you guys, Owen, Julia, Maddie, and Christian, and thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Also, thanks to our sponsor, Jet's Pizza, right over there on Rand Road. And that will do it for this episode. I'm Sam Frye, and on behalf of our producer, Emily Durkin, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next episode.